Oh, I love you, Mickey. Hi everybody, Mike and I came to Epcot today to visit some of the Food and Wine Festival booths. There are 2 new ones that opened today, so want to check out at least one of those. I want to get my Bailey's shake from the Ireland booth because I have yet to get that, and just kind of see what other trouble we can get into. Mike hasn't ridden Remy yet, so we're gonna have to get him on that today. So we stopped by the Brazil booth, was just opened for the very first time on October 1st, and we got 2 beverages and the cheesy bread and the pork belly on a bed of kind of like mashed black beans. I love anything with black beans. And the other booth that didn't open until the 50th anniversary was Belgium. What you have there, Mike?
So, I've never been really good at pronouncing this. Caparina? I had a Brazilian attendant back when during residency and stuff. She swore by these things, and they are very good. I don't know how to describe it. It's citrusy, but in a different kind of way. You made them when we during the not Brazil.
Yeah.
The Olympics in the city. What was the city?
Rio.
The Rio Games. Yes, thank you.
So it's made with a very specific liquor that I have literally only used for that one event. It's called like cachaca or something like that. It's clear. It looks kind of like gin or vodka, but it's fruity. And the caipirinha, or however you pronounce it, is basically just that liquor and lime juice and sugar or sugar cane. And in this case, they're frozen and they're so refreshing and so delicious.
It's a souped up mojito. And if you spend some time in Brazil, if you speak Portuguese, please find us on Instagram. I don't know if YouTube will let you do it, but send us an audio clip of you pronouncing this the correct way, because I'd like to know. I just want to have either a native or someone who's familiar.
Clear understanding of how I should be saying
it. Please let me know. I'm tired of looking like a fool.
How was the bread? Saw you dug into that already.
Oh yeah, one's down.
We had these for the very first time a few years ago at Skipper Canteen. They were recommended to us by our server, and they were amazing. Costco also carries like little tiny ones. So the best way I can think to describe these is, you know when you like bake something with cheese, and like some cheese like falls off and just ends up on your cookie sheet, and that bakes in the oven kind of on itself, and you kind of scrape it off and you eat it, and it's just that like baked cheesy flavor. That's what this tastes like, but in bread form.
Hey, birdie.
So the pork belly is delicious. I love pork. I weirdly love fatty things, so pork belly's right up my alley. I love the black beans. I love the freshness that the diced onions and tomatoes give it. I think those are maybe jalapenos. Here to share your impressions of the Brazil booth.
So Brazil booth, I have missed you. There are lots of booths that have, 1 or 2 things I like, but top down, this entire menu, I'm staring at it right now. 3 food items, 2 drinks, and for me, this is my favorite booth, the entire place, top down. I mean, all 1 through 5, I would eat. And I have issues at other booths because of the whole white condiment thing. Everybody says it's delicious, but ever since that preschool incident with the cauliflower and dip, I've been anti-white condiment since the age of 4. But anyway, because of that, I usually have to be selective. I'll find a booth, I'll always find one good thing that I like. But if I come to Brazil, I'm I mean, I might as well come here and say one of everything, take my money, and call it a meal, because it's good stuff here.
Not caught on camera was Mike jumping over the fence to rescue a plate that blew off of the table from the people next to us. Next thing I know, he's like half over the fence. He's like, I might get arrested for this. And I was like, what are you doing? No littering on Mike's watch. So I had to stop in the Ireland booth because one of my favorite festival items year after year is the Bailey's chocolate shake, and I have not gotten one yet this year. Mike got one.
She sends me to film things when she's not here, and I have this little thing called a central trimmer. I kind of laugh at it, but it's a little embarrassing. I just don't have a very steady hand. Haven't for years, and because of that, when I film things, they look a little different than when Beth films things, so I think she's going to show you the difference right now.
So here is the Bailey's chocolate shake. Has some chocolate shavings on top.
So this is the Guinness Bailey's shake from Ireland. Got a couple little chocolate shavings on there.
It's chocolatey without being too chocolatey. You can actually taste the Bailey's. So good. I love milkshakes. I'm not really a sweets person, but I do love ice cream and I love milkshakes. And what makes a regular milkshake better? Booze. Boozy milkshakes. Fancy desserts. I also got the warm chocolate pudding cake. Just, you know, because it looked delicious. It's rich and moist. Very astute observation, Beth. It is both rich and moist. And the pudding on top is really good too. You have the pudding top and the cake, and then it's almost like a cookie underneath. So you get a little bit of texture change there, some crispness. Are you enjoying the dessert?
We have lunch in 90 minutes. Here we are, kind of doing things a little bit out of order. Cake is super gooey. And I mean that in the best possible way. I was always one of those guys who, whenever, like my mom was making a cake or whatever, I kind of like sticking my fork in it while it was still kind of wet on the middle. And that's exactly what this tastes like. But like I said, it goes hot, it's not raw or anything. But super, super gooey. And I thought I had 3 cavities that need to be filled before working on my 4th.
You know what's next?
Root canal?
Let's go get you on Ratatouille.
Let's.
I didn't realize Mike had never been down here at all.
No, not beyond the Ratatouille sign. It's like a whole neighborhood back there.
Yeah, that's a really nice bathroom.
Well, I did have a Fiber One bar this morning, so
There you go. Might have to stop
keep
in.
your eye on this bathroom. Excited. I've intentionally, I know lots of people have been and put up their own videos of things, including you. I have not watched them because I don't like spoilers. So if it's something I know that I'm going to do, I just wait.
How was Remy?
So Remy, it's got that same trackless technology that you would see at Mickey and Minnie's, but it reminds me of being in a bumper car. It's a smaller vehicle than what they have at Mickey and Minnie. They have little dividers in the seats, so you can actually fit 6. It's benches, but I've never seen it's like a church pew, except it has dividers separating, so you could fit 3 people, but it looked like a lot of people were going too deep on both. But it's like you're in a bumper car, so they've gotten really good with the trackless technology. You don't really know where you're going, and it's amazing when you're like coming in and parking, so to speak. I thought that was impressive, but the way they've done it, it reminded me a lot of Escape from Gringotts over at the studio up the road, because you have a period of motion, and then you stop at a screen, something happens in 3D, and then you leave that screen, you go to somewhere else, another screen, but super detailed, and the 3D has gotten a lot better because just the images themselves are crystal
Pretty
clear.
crisp, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes with 3D things get a little grainy or a little blurry, but this is all just perfectly crystal clear, and it was a lot. It exceeded my expectations. It was cuter than I thought it would be. So yeah, I would check it out. The lines are big. Soon they do the boarding pass thing, kind of like what you used to Rise of Resistance. And it looked like even if you get a boarding pass, you're going to be waiting a while. There's kind of a large corral area. So just kind of be prepared for that. I'm not sure what the actual wait time that we waited was. I mean, it's a little while, but give it a couple days. Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit as time goes on, just like every other attraction. But I would definitely, would I wait 2 hours? Probably not. But I would definitely check it out. I mean, it's a cute ride.
The drummers are back in the
Wow.
Japan Pavilion.
The name of the group, Matsuri-za, means the Festival of Drumming.
Amazing to see all of these performers coming back, because Disney just hasn't felt the same without them. The Streetmosphere is quintessential Disney. I'm hot, I need a refresher, so we're headed to La Cava. So this is the line to get into La Cava. It's actually the first time we've been in a long time that there's been a line.
Yeah, they were doing lines for, you had to wait a line outside to get into this part, but I haven't seen a line here in quite some time.
We stopped in at Cava del Tequila inside the Mexico Pavilion in the pyramid. I got the La Cava avocado. It's one of my favorite drinks in all of Disney World. It's so light and refreshing. It's tequila, melon liqueur, avocado, and lime juice with a hibiscus salt rim, and it's served frozen. Mike got the El Diablo, which is a spicy mezcal cocktail. Also very delicious. That's my second favorite one there in the pavilion, so it was going to be one or the other. Now I get both.
There's something about mezcal, so it's always described as being a smoky flavor, and I'm not a smoker, but I don't know, it's been probably 20 years, but I've had a cigar at some point in my life, and the best way to describe it is when you take that draw and kind of the smoke hits the back of your throat, it's a weird thing. It's very much like that. I think that's what they mean by smoky flavor. And I mean that sounds horrible, but it's actually a refreshingly different kind of taste.
I like it a lot.
But that's the best way to describe the same sensation.
So inside the pyramid, it's supposed to be like an evening market. So if you look up, the sky is supposed to be a nighttime sky, and there are all kinds of booths to do shopping. There's some really cute things, some nice margarita glasses, some alabrijes, not the drink, but the animals. And I made reservations for us at the Hacienda de San Angel.
She meant the House of St. Angel.
La Hacienda de San Angel, which is across from the pyramid. I thought everyone who was at Magic Kingdom yesterday would be here at Epcot, and that the booth lines would be out of control. They have not been, honestly. They have not been. We got here about 2 o'clock and it was fine. But We made the reservation and always use some AC, and the food there is actually quite good. They have a special 50th anniversary celebration dessert. Mike loves a Trace Lay cheesecake. I love all of the light fixtures in here. They're so cool. We got the queso fundido, which is super delicious melty cheese with chorizo and avocado. It comes with tortillas, warm tortillas.
I'll be here all day.
Perfectly cheesy. I love the chorizo. It has a little kick. It has coolness from the avocado. You can't go wrong with queso fundido. Mike got the San Angel in margarita, which comes with a little shaker and a bucket of ice. How cute is that? I pour it for you.
It'd be best. Comes with the black and salt rim, so get a little bit of thorax in there, which is nice. And enjoy a good thorax. Super smooth. Yeah.
So it's tequila and agave and orange liqueur. Oh, that is really smooth. It's very fresh and crisp. The orange is just really subtle.
So a lot of times when we say that something's dangerously good when it comes to alcohol, it usually means you can't taste the alcohol. In this one, you definitely taste the alcohol, but it's still in that same category as a little dangerous because it's just a very smooth flavor to it. So
Easy drink.
it goes down very easy.
Suspiciously easy.
Suspiciously easy.
I got the alambre del brace, which is seared tenderloin, bacon, poblano and bell peppers, onions, Monterey Jack cheese, salsa verde, comes with rice and beans, and tortillas. Mikey got the osabuco, which is a braised shark, with whipped boniato, which is a kind of potato, and carrots and roasted asparagus. Look at all those vegetables.
Asparagus. That's what it smells like.
So our meal was delicious. That osabuco was incredible. So succulent, so tender, so flavorful, so good. The potatoes that came with it were really good. They were like sweet almost. And the steak was cooked perfectly. There was lots of cheese in it. I am so full. Mike's gonna tell you that I didn't eat that much, but don't let him lie to you. And we did not get that dessert. They brought it out to a table next to us, and it was like the size of a small child. It says perfect for sharing, but they don't mean sharing for 2 people. They mean sharing for like 4 or 6 people. They had 5, and I'd be surprised if they ate half of theirs.
If you took a 1-year-old and put them on like a turkey platter and presented them to the table, that was about the same mass as that dessert. It was huge. And the people besides who actually got it, they're like taking their knives and trying to like stab through the shell, and it was like a whole production. I enjoyed watching it, but you know, today's meal was much more along the lines of what you would expect at a Disney restaurant in terms of portions. It helps when you come and eat and your spouse has about the equivalent of 2 soft tacos at Taco Bell and
That's rude.
says she's full. But I enjoyed both my meals, and it's very good. This is one of my favorite restaurants. It really is. It's good. It's got a beautiful view. We happen to have what would be a fantastic view for fireworks if you were there later. So, right by the window. But no, it's good food. It's not just your typical Mexican food. I mean, there's some authentic dishes there, and just good tasting stuff.
They've moved the bushes and now put up walls. I have to imagine this is Sarah's fault for peeking in. The mystery at the Morocco Pavilion continues. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here today. We got a lot done. Mike got to ride Remy. We ate and drank around the world like we usually do. And we are going to head home. Are you making faces at me? It's the worst. So I think we're going to head back home. Thank you guys for coming with us. Hope you had fun. And as always, it has been a most gratifying day.